Okay, hello YouTubers, and today I am doing a quick review, more of a quick review and comparison of this, which is the retail version of the 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. So this video is mainly going to be covering some of the differences between this and the online exclusive version. So if you want a more detailed review about the actual Sonic itself, I suggest go back and watch that review. So yeah, just taking a look at them, you can see that the retail version has the silver finish that we've come to expect with most of the Sonic Screwdriver releases, which does make it more accurate to the prop, because the prop does not have a chrome finish, it does have this silvery finish. So there's that, and there was the worry that maybe the lights would not glow through the actual emitter claws. However, just showing it there, it does actually shine through the emitter claws quite well. And if I could show it on the other one as well, I would say it actually shines a little bit better on this one. The LEDs are pretty much exactly the same, just as bright and that as the other one. If I can hook this light onto, if I put the light down just out of sight for a second, you can really get a look at this Sonic Screwdriver. But yeah, there's not really that much to say about it other than that, except, oh yeah, this Sonic does not have the lights that this one does. The LEDs are still in there, because they're multicolour changing LEDs, but unfortunately they do not have the colour changing. So if you're unfamiliar on this Sonic, if I put one down, there we go. On this Sonic there is a button just here, and if you hold the button along with the emitter button for, I don't know, however many seconds, the lights and the sound effect will also change. So this is just the green one, for example. Whereas on this Sonic, you can see there's a bit of plastic there where the button once was. So yeah, this means that this Sonic only has the first initial mode. And getting these sound effects to activate half the time is a bloody pain in the ass, because sometimes it just doesn't bloody register. There we go. So yeah, you only get the basic sound effects, which, to be honest, I wouldn't mind too much, in the fact that, for whatever reason, this is still clear plastic, the emitter piece and this section here, whereas it should be blue. It should be a very pale blue colour. So yeah, I understand why they didn't do it for this release, since, you know, it's a multicolour changing Sonic, so obviously it wouldn't be able to do that, because otherwise it would hinder the light effects. But since there's only the one light in this one, there is no excuse for just having it, you know, be clear. And if you look at the prototype images for this Sonic Screwdriver, some of the earlier prototype images, it was actually blue. It was actually blue plastic. So yeah, I don't know why that is the case. Now, thankfully, the end piece is not just basic plastic. It does have a sort of sheen and shine to it. Not quite as much as this, but still, it doesn't look as bad as it did on those initial pictures, as you can see. So that's all fine and good. Taking a look at the packaging itself, it's the exact same box as the other one, except obviously this time it's got the more standardized design motif to it, which, yeah, it's interesting that this black Starfield design has only so far been seen on this Sonic, as the upcoming B&M sets have the same backdrop as this, but use the white motif. Maybe it's to do with some things being exclusive, some things aren't. You can see that this was $18.99 from Forbidden Planet, and normally I would not pick this up for that price, but I wanted to review it and compare it and that, so I did. These are coming to B&M. These have been confirmed to be coming to B&M, and eventually they will be available on Character's website for, wait for it, the price of $14.99. So yeah, the people who are paying 25, 30 quid for these, really don't. So yeah, but this thing's, I don't know, like, in terms of which one do I prefer, this one, the online exclusive version. It is basically, even though it is less accurate because of the chrome, it is better in every other way. It's got more sound effects, more light effects to it. And to be honest, I do prefer the sort of chrome look. This just doesn't. Unfortunately, this doesn't have that effect. Also, I've noticed the sliding mechanism is a lot easier on this one compared to this one. This one, it feels a little bit, if I slide it out there, it's a little bit more tricky to slide this one up and out, whereas this one has a much easier, smoother action to it. Now that could be because it is lacking the extra circuit board in there to basically tell the LEDs to change colour, and lacking the extra button. So that is probably why it is able to slide much easier, because inside this one there are some white wires going down to the bottom which is pulling against the sonic screwdriver, which is why it doesn't slide quite as easily or as smoothly as this one does. So that is something to take into effect. However, if I ever was to take one of these sonic screwdrivers out and about, this would be the one I'd take out and about with me, because this one is much easier to find and replace. So yeah, and also, even though Forbidden Planet have sold out on their website, like, I went into a store today to buy this. I went into the Newcastle store to buy this, and I'm recording this video on the 26th of August. So yeah, if you want one of these and don't want to wait, then I suggest going into your local Forbidden Planet store, because their stock is separate from the online stock. But yeah, overall, I still do like this Sonic, but you should not be paying, basically, this does not feel like half the price of this. If this sonic screwdriver had the blue, had this as a blue tinted sort of plastic, the light blue tinted, basically I wouldn't have a problem with it being half the retail price of this one. Because a concern of mine I had was, you know, for an online exclusive, does it deserve being basically double the retail pricing? For this, now, compared to this one, yes, I would say this is worth £30. This one is definitely worth £30. No more than that, but it is worth it. So when Character do get their new stock of the limited edition version, then yes, it is worth getting that. And if you're only going to get one, I'll put the extra money and get that one. As for this one is like, for example, if you were to get two of these, if you could only afford to get two Sonics, this would be the one I would take out and about, because obviously this one is retail release. So far only has been available at the Who Shop, Sci-Fi Collector and Forbidden Planet. But the reason I think that is they must have some sort of timed exclusivity deal, or they must have bought up the first lot of batches and that. So yeah, but I still do like this sonic screwdriver regardless of everything else. But in terms of the value for it, like, I don't know, if this thing, the retail price of this was £20 of it, you know, an extra £5 on top of its retail price, who knows what other places would charge for it, and it had the extra lights and the sound effects, then I'd be struggling a little bit more, you know, justifying this one being £30. But considering this one has the light effects, the chrome and everything, this one does feel the more stripped down, bare bones version. Now, if you wanted to, and you had, you know, spare ones of these, you could easily swap the parts over and have a one with the matte sort of silver finish and also the other lights and sound effects in there if you wanted to, but I won't recommend it for obvious reasons. But yeah, overall, if you're desperate for a sonic screwdriver, for the 14th Dr. Sonic screwdriver, this is still not a bad one. But if you can afford to wait, I would still say go for this one. But overall, that's it for this review, and I'll see you whenever the next thing's released. Bye bye.